the tendinous material. And
Okay.
that is a whole different issue. That stuff doesn't deteriorate, and it literally doesn't deteriorate after forever.
Huh. That's interesting.
Anyway,
Didn't know that.
let's come
God,
down here.
I hate these pictures so much.
This shows the difference
Ew.
between the fossilization, the part that was in the.
Now, I can't figure out, is this the chicken or is this the rock? I just don't understand.
In the soils and the part that was exposed out of the soils.
Okay,
just
so this is the fossil, but the chicken thing, I thought it was chicken, so he's gonna point at some stuff.
And I have a video explaining that fingertip. This is the fingertip again, and I mean there is just virtually no difference between the two.
Oh,
you see the same thing.
Okay, so I kind of skipped over an important detail about that, and got some more stuff. These are the mud fossils. Boy. So then he's saying here, this video, this Colossus of Apennino from Florence, Italy, probably where the Amici family originated, maybe descended from these big giants. This statue claimed to be made in 1550s. This giant was actually turned to stone by the Gorgon's head. Yes, we are serious. Okay. What is the Gorgon's head? Is that like Stranger Things? The Gorgonzola? Oh man, I got pasta on the brain. They all deserve the punishment they suffered. This is Phineas turned to stone. Not sure what that's from. Looks like some mythology stuff. Should probably know that. So while he was fighting on his side, Contius saw the Gorgon's head. It took the shape of hardened stone. So kind of like Medusa, I guess.
Okay, my good friends, it's Roger, Mud Fossil University. Again,
Mud Fossil
with
University.
A special request from a good friend, Aaron Hartman, over at Age of Disclosure, and time to reveal the giants, I believe.
Yeah, now, let's see those damn giants.
I help Aaron and comment on things for him now and then because I do the chemistry part, and I have Mud Fossil University on YouTube, which you should come and subscribe to. It has all of the research, and it's very deep research, and there's no guesses there, and there's no guesses on my Mud Fossil research page on YouTube either. It's strictly research, so it's not. There's nothing there that. As a matter of fact, I only post research, and then people can comment and challenge it. There's no actually posting there. Now, Aaron has a whole different situation. He allows people to come in and look and think and do all the things that are required to think.
What? What's he talking about? They do all the things that are required to think over at the other YouTube page.
Comes back as blue blood. In mud fossils, it will show up as black. Now, you see this stripe right here? You see that? It almost looks like somebody took a little pizza dough or something.
Oh, no. Okay. Pizza dough. Let me just leave that up for now. Because we can't get away from the damn pasta.
That is tendon.
The Amicis hail from
it's clearly
Messina,
different from
Sicily.
what you see over here. And I'm going to show you the anatomy that'll show this. But anyway, the blood runs down all right. So this is what we got. These are real. This I certified by Mud Fossil University as
this
real.
Is making me sick. So I can't look at this anymore. Let's look at some nice Sicilian food. Oh, and I spelled that wrong. So off to a bad start. We got pesto trapanese, seafood couscous. That looks pretty good. Okay, that's helping me. This could be like a giant dissection or something. 2. Okay, now we have to keep going. I can't leave our man. And I gotta know about the big statue.
Petrified creature that was done in instant. Ovid wrote about this. They told these guys, go up and hold this thing up, and then they froze them in place.
Okay, so this is a statue that somebody made about this story and mythology, and he thinks it's a mud fossil. Or it is a mud fossil.
It was written about. Now, down here, you see all of the blood flowing down. That's the part where I showed you before how the different types of muscle is darker here and separated. Yeah. There's almost 100 of them. You contain iridium and uranium, and all of that stuff is in your body, and it has a function, and it carries. I think the academic Colossus of Apennine, I believe is how you pronounce it. And this was supposed to have been done in the 1500s. Well, it wasn't done in the 1500s.
What?
This was long, long ago where the gods were here, and this was done by the gods, and they added a nest on the guy's back in the 1500s, and I'll show you that.
Why did they do that?
Again, this is the kaolin clays. This is all the red, bloody stuff that runs out. I can see all kinds of architecture on the skin, the blood running out of his legs. He had on some kind of a cape that was on him when he first originally was petrified. Now, let's look at other pictures about him. All right, this is what it looks like. This is all they did was they built this thing up on his back.
Okay.
That's all. And they put a little dragon nest up down there in the 1500s. The rest of it is 100% real. I've checked that thing every single way that you can check it, and it is 100% correct. And Ovid
I trust
wrote
you,
everything about
Roger.
this in Metamorphosis. It's very, very clear. They talked about doing it. They froze 200 of them in one day, and one guy was swinging his sword, and the other guy turned into stone so quick that when he hit him, his sword went twang, and he was also frozen at the same time with a look on his face of amazement, is what it said.
Wow.
All right. I told you I would make it extremely clear how different things have different transition metals in them, and this is what I've been pointing out to for years now, and I don't even think anybody realizes what it is other than the people that have been paying attention to mud fossils. This is a heart.
Fossil.
It's an opalized heart. Now, opals form in blood. Blood is thick, thick, thick blood. Australia is slaughtered with blood. And the blood has transition metals in it. And when it's wet, these things, all of the body tissue, its natural condition is in wetness.
I don't want to defame the Amicis with this crazy stuff. I forgot it was still up there. But this is crazy. Big giant, frozen, 35 feet tall. So that's about what our friend Rob Skiba is telling us about. And this is in Medici, and the great villa of the Medici. Those guys had a lot of money. And then we got this one, Statue Gigante. Oh, this one's cool. I like this one. This is a head found in a muddy bank in a Kentucky creek. It was CAT scanned, and the forehead is crushed in, and there is a knife penetration wound at the top of the skull. I'm not seeing that in the picture. He is wearing a knit cap that you can slide a paper between the cap and his skull. And just kind of looking at the picture, I don't really see how that could be on this head. But apparently that is a mud head fossil with the cap. Here's the heart again, and making myself uncomfortable looking at this. But we've got to keep going. And the dragon details too, can't forget about that. Bolivian reptilian discovered. That's a good ring to it. Bolivian reptilian, man. Oh shit, man. Kind of maybe need to change it up here. Kind of freaking myself out with this stuff. What else can we get into? We could read some restaurant reviews. One of our favorite blogs, foodhistory.com, and we're gonna get some nice stuff and not any of this scary stuff. Because because I'm trying to just feel good on the cool stream. Now, I have uploaded the VOD from episode 1. We talked about meat cheese. There's the King Cedar, so you can go back, watch that, or you can visit foodhistory.com and learn a little bit about one of our favorite restaurants, the great food they make there. And we could maybe check out some Subway. They get an A. That's good, because some of these reviews, they don't like the Subway. And this is by Patricia Mitchell and her family over at foodhistory.com, and they go around the country, or they did back in 2007, review restaurants. Tell us a little bit about the Subway in Bennettsville, South Carolina. Our ham on wheat sub at the Subway in Bennettsville, South Carolina, CMAP, was one of the best Subway sandwiches we have ever had. The bread was tender and fresh, and the sandwich preparer was fairly liberal in her use of the good quality fixins. Okay, good. I was afraid that was going to go into some stuff, political stuff, about she was liberal. She was telling me about, SJW stuff. I guess that didn't quite exist back in 2007. Great days back then. Our daughter, Sarah, we all know her, also enjoyed her meatball on Italian herbs and cheese bread. The staff was pleasant and the place tidy, except for a few sticky spots in the floor. Yeah. All in all, we had a most enjoyable lunch. And there it is, the front view. Let's see if it's still there. Okay, Subway, Bennettsville, South Carolina. Yeah. Let's check it out here. That's kind of the back alley, I guess. Over by the garage, Odom's Garage here. Got a van for sale. It's got that guy, Yosemite Sam, on it. It's kind of cool. Could be like a tour van for your band, for a punk band or something. It's got the cool racing flags on it. Get it fixed up at Odom's Garage out behind the Subway. Yeah, it's still there. Over by the old shoe repair. Doesn't look like shoe repair is in business. That's too bad. So we need a good shoe repairer. I need a good shoe repair. Shoes are falling apart. That's why rappers say, let's get this paper, because bread is legal tender, like USD. That's why rappers say, let's get this bread. And the rapper wraps the bread, and the rapper eats the sandwich. And next to the Subway, we got Julia's Music Christian Bookstore. You seeing that? Yeah. And we got the usher uniform down at Julia's Christian Bookstore. Former shoe repair, probably in this spot. And the old Subway that the Mitchells, Patricia and her husband, can't remember that guy's name. Anyway, seemed to have a great time over at the Subway. I got the ham sub. Looks good. Maybe got some salt and pepper on it, and spinach, and meatball sub. That looks good. There's like a pickle on it, or a jalapeno. That could be good. Jalapenos and meatballs. A little Mexican Italian fusion. Henry Mitchell. That's the husband there. Henry H. Mitchell. I think I did read his biographical sketch last time, and over at Mitchell's Publications. And there he is, finding treasures in the tides. And here's Sarah's website, vintagedesigns.com. She's got books, she's a researcher, and got some Kindle books, Southern Ladies, Civil War, and Antebellum Fashion. Sounds kind of cool. Northern ladies Civil War fashion. So they're having a little fashion war while the guys were out getting their friggin' arms ripped off and, getting murdering each other. They were dressing up. Or, Civil War and antebellum fashion. So they looked good back then. There she is. Miss Southern Lady, antebellum fashionista. Southern ladies in the fashion, yeah. Fashions for December. Harper's New Monthly Magazine. From that old dang 1859. Man, those were good old days. Cut into 4 pieces. That's right. I think the other review, they kind of explained that. Let's see. Nothing to write home about. And they ate here. They split the ham on wheat. And they chopped it all up into mini subs. They like the ham on wheat. Those Mitchells, the Mitchell family. Let's see what else is in the Southern Lady. The South's fashion influence. The Queen of England. Sounds about right. Okay, so that's all we're getting here. Southern ladies doing it right. Oh yeah, they're doing it right now, yeah. Northern ladies are getting down with the guys back home. She's like, please don't leave. He's like, I gotta go. Martha, I'm going to kill my brethren. These dirty, dastardly bastards from the South are doing bad stuff, and I've got to the thirst for blood, baby. And the little kid's like, Daddy, no, I don't want you to leave. He's too young to go to war. He's only like 6 years old, so give a couple more years, he'd be enlisted into the old Union Army. Get friggin' exploded by a cannonball. That's what they did back then. Undergarments. Okay. I wanted some more pictures. Hard tack and coffee. Sounds good. Okay, so we're getting a little distracted here, but this is what we got going on with the Mitchells. That old family of food. Here we go. That's another Subway. A channel change would be nice. Our second visit to this Subway. Okay, this is the same one now. The infamous Bennettsville, South Carolina Subway. Wow! Our second visit to this Subway in a month proved to be a pleasant experience, just as the earlier visit was. Do we remember that? That visit went pretty well. They chopped up their sandwich and nibbled down the ham on wheat, their favorite. Henry and I had our frequently ordered choice, ham on wheat. Not a very adventurous choice for Subway. The sandwich was satisfying. It looks good as hell. I mean, ham on wheat, that's what you order, but you get this bunch of stuff on it, and it just totally transforms your Subway experience. Jonathan selected the tuna on Parmesan oregano bread. He likes to have the bread toasted plain first, then get the sandwich fillings. Interesting technique for the Subway. I could see a sandwich artist being like, what the fuck are you talking about? Dum-dum, that's not how we do it. We put the meat and the cheese on, then we put it on the little tray thing, and then you slide it into the oven. And then they slam the door, and it takes... Excuse me. Shit. Sorry about that. Takes about... pretty quick to toast the sub. I want to say 20 seconds. 30. It seems like a damn eternity when you're there. You're just like, I feel insane standing here staring at the sandwich artist, waiting for my sandwich, and then the person next to you, maybe it's your friend or a loved one or a stranger, is getting theirs, rattling off the bread and the meat, and you're like, you just want to finish, because you're about to get to the worst part of getting a Subway. They pop it out of the oven, and then you've got to do the whole, I want some shredded lettuce, I want the cucumber and tomato and olives, and then you're not sure how to direct the sandwich artist to get everything on there. And you're like trying to give him some time to get everything, to sprinkle the olives, sliced olives on there. Give him some time to get that before you jump to the next one. I'm sure everyone has their own techniques on how to do that, but just riddled with anxiety when I'm at the old Subway. Haven't been back in a while. Maybe it's time for a visit. Get the old Patricia Mitchell special, ham on wheat. Sarah, our friend Sarah, writing the Civil War books, she chose the tuna mini sub with wheat bread, which tasted fine. Chocolate chip cookie she got was a little greasy. Okay. Jonathan selected the tuna on Parmesan oregano bread. So, brother and sister tuna sandwich. But he got the Parmesan. I guess that could work. I never had the tuna. The famous Subway tuna. Not a fan. I was kind of scared of what I would end up eating. He likes to have the bread toasted plain. Okay, did I already read this shit? Freaking out of my mind right now. He also had an oatmeal raisin cookie and a peanut butter cookie. Damn, Jonathan. You think he foregoed the chips and went double cookie? That's pretty good choice. Respect that. All in all, it was a nice lunch. Though this time, the radio station playing had a mix of largely rap music, the kind with very repetitive lyrics. So that's where we get this title from. We see that there. The channel change would be good. They're playing the rap music with very repetitive lyrics. Wonder what she's talking about there. Saying dirty words, probably. She was like, what is this? Saying shit and fuck and wanna fuck your ass and all that. So there's the ham on wheat. And how the hell do you eat that? How do you eat that? That is insane. How is that a good thing that you got? Whatever. Tuna mini sub, just mashed full of... And the carrots. Why are they putting the carrots on there? And these are like exactly the same. So, Mama Mitchell got that pepperoni, tomato, looks like some lettuce or spinach, and shredded carrots is a weird choice. And big cucumbers. So she got the same thing, more or less, with the tuna. Let's see what Jonathan got. He got some milk and cookies. So maybe Jonathan's like a little kid or something. I don't know. Or maybe... But he got the tuna on Parmesan oregano. People are loving this. Subway travels. Oh, yeah. This is a good one here. And do we have the address? Yes. See, I love that she's given us addresses here. In beautiful Euclid Avenue in Bristol, Virginia. Over at the Euclid Shopping Center. Next to the Little Caesars. And the workout place. And it's got to be around here somewhere. What is this? Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Not sure what that is. I guess that's Ollie. There's his Bargain Outlet. He's got his face all over the damn thing. 70% off. Weird. Okay. So that's the Bargain air conditioner blowout. You'll have it made in the shade. So that's... Subway's got to be around here somewhere. But we'll just leave it up here. My family and I saw this beautiful food display in a just replenished Subway sandwich line, 1315 Euclid Avenue in Bristol, Virginia. In our travels, my family and I almost always look for the Subway restaurants. We usually eat a sandwich lunch and then a big dinner. Love that. Big dinner. I respect the hell out of that. Love to have a big dinner. Subways are increasingly easy to find since they comprise the largest submarine sandwich chain in the world, with over 16,000 locations. She's given us some backstory here. The largest number of subways are in the US. Canada has the next largest number. Then Australia. Didn't know that. That's interesting. We consume a lot of submarine sandwiches. It's called a 6-inch sub, not a mini sub. That's right. I don't know. They're just make-up names for the sandwiches. For example, in England, chicken tikka, an Indian recipe for a chicken salad type product seasoned with curry. I don't think that's accurate about chicken tikki. Or maybe that's what it is. It's chicken salad with curry. That could be good, I guess, but if it's from Subway, I'm not so sure. In Australia, chicken satay, an oriental recipe with a peanutty spicy sauce, is presented. In Muslim countries, halal items are offered, and no pork products are served. Okay, and so she's given the full damn history of Subway. It's like an intro. Never heard of Subway? Check out this blog post. Back in 1965, Fred DeLuca and his partner, Dr. Peter Buck, and that is the father of the guy from REM, probably did not dream how successful 17-year-old Fred's business idea would become. 1965, when Fred, with Dr. Buck's financial help, opened his first eatery in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hard work, high visibility, and good quality were keys to the enterprise's success. A reasonably priced product was another important factor in Subway's ride to fast food stardom. Admittedly, when my husband Henry and I first ate at a Subway in North Carolina in the late 70s, and those were the wild days back then in the 70s for Subway. Hey, it's our friend Turbo. Howdy. How we doing? We're talking about Subway. Just to catch you up, we got into some freaky shit and scared the shit out of myself looking at nasty mud fossils. So I had to do a little brain cleanse and get some nice, wholesome info from our friend at thefoodhistory.com. And we're talking about Subway in the late 70s. It was a swinging, sexy days, and her, Patricia and Henry, I think is his name, were hanging out, doing what you do in the 70s, and there was all that kind of stuff going on, and they were going to Subway, and I bet the Subways were actually good in the 70s. But they were unimpressed, so maybe they were fucking nasty. I don't know. I'm kind of curious now, but I gotta finish this. Getting sidetracked. She was so damn unimpressed, in fact, that we did not try another Subway for many years. Wow. Must have been really bad. But Dr. Peter Buck, he messed up. That dum-dum. And they didn't make anything good back then in the 70s, apparently. But when we tried it again, time and experience had greatly improved the chain. And they figured it out, what they were doing, and I'm assuming that's when Patricia and Henry discovered the old ham on wheat, their favorite order, and that's when things really took off for them and their eating experience. They've been fans ever since. Nowadays, we usually get one of the low in fat sandwiches. We prefer the whole wheat bread, cut the old way. What does that mean? And lots of fixins. That is for sure. Carrots and the olives and pepperoncinis. I don't understand the carrot thing. I can't go there. Just eat a damn salad. All right. So a few restaurants, stores as they call them, are stingy with the vegetables. And you can't, when they're piled high like that, you just gotta just throw them on there. Look at that. I guess that's how they used to do it back in those days. In the early 2000s, have a big giant pile of vegetables. Can't have too many green peppers. I prefer ham on rye. That's right. We don't go back to these places, because these stingy stores, because that's the charm of the chain. All those good-for-you veggies and appealing condiments like mayonnaise and mustard and vinegar, and I think that's it. I think those are the big three for the condiments. Let them heap them on. Let them heap them on. Obviously, at the Bristol store, there are plenty of fixins to be used. I'll say. Delightful 12-inch ham sandwich purchased at the Bristol Subway. Yeah. I want to know what the 70s... There's that Giants. I'm disturbed by the Giants stuff. I don't know if I can go there again, but I kind of feel like I got one more thing in me. Subway in the 70s. Well, okay, and now we're just going to look at New York Subway. And that's pretty cool. For the cool stream. Back in the 70s, they used to dress like that, I think. In the big hats and Victorian costumes. It was a weird time back in there in the 70s. Spray paint everywhere. Subway, I should probably do Subway restaurant. Thanks for watching the damn cool stream. When you go to Subway, you're not getting the mini sub, opting instead for the mini subs. That's right. Biggest, meatiest, tastiest. And there's the 5,000th location. Open late every night. It ought to be. We are glad for that. Now, this music's telling me I gotta get back into some giant stuff. But we'll get into like some more fun stuff. I was saving this one for last. And so I'm gonna get that. Pull that up here, and then we might have to wrap it up. So thanks for watching. Ouch. Biggest, meatiest, tastiest. Boom. Now that's not from the original Patterson-Gimlin footage. Bigfoot did not throw the bird. And I'll have you know, Bigfoot from that video, the classic Patterson-Gimlin footage, we love it. I've seen it many times and watched the History Channel stuff about it. That Bigfoot was a woman, had boobs. You can kind of see them there. We're not going to get into that. Well, maybe we could. I just thought I'd put the gif of that. It's kind of funny. As we read about Bigfoots from the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, or BFRO. BFRO! They are having Bigfoot expeditions. They've got a big China Bigfoot update. It was really tall. Let's see what the expeditions are like. They've got some cool stories here. Oh, back, not doing the seed, but in case you missed that, there it is. There's the old Patterson-Gimlin clip. And there's a little drawing with the breasts, Bigfoot breasts, and okay, so this is where the tours are going to be. Washington. So if you're in any of these areas, Northeast California, and you'll get on the road there, and you can get on your motorcycle or something. And father's fee, if attending with offspring, is half off over in New Mexico. Bigfoot, big boobs. British Columbia, we got some viewers from Canada, Oregon. So these, I guess this is, of course, this is the hot spot up there in the Pacific Northwest. Is a big hot spot for the old Bigfoot. And there's one in the Ozarks, so maybe I'll check that out. The long weekend with the Beefro baby will allow you to learn what it would take years to learn on your own. The Beefro. We love the guys and gals at the Beefro have identified many potential habitat zones after collecting thousands of sighting reports for more than 15 years. The expeditions target these habitat zones. This is a good song for this. We're going to keep this one going. It's not too scary. For scientific, some comments. My expectations were not high for this trip. Truth Barb coming out from Ken from New York. I really had no expectations of hearing or seeing anything, so I was pretty amazed when we finally found tracks. Holy shit. That's pretty cool. I don't know what trip he went on. Mark Harrison says, this was the first time in 4 years of investigating this subject that I actually got to hear one. That's good. That'll get you hooked. When you're hitting the road with the old Beefro and you hear the sound of the Bigfoot. I'd like to think, this is Roy, and these are all guys doing this. Dudes. I'd like to thank the Beefro for allowing me to attend the Sierras expedition. This was a true learning experience for me. I was very impressed with the high quality and the knowledgeable individuals. This BF mystery will only be solved by a team effort like this. That's right. The BF babies at the Beefro. Bye-bye. So what we like to do is, this website is so awesome. Beefro. Love to put some Beefro stuff up on the stream for the next stream. But we like to go and check it out by region. And so they got their comprehensive database and United States sightings, so we can go all over and see. And I've got all these up to date. So we got some in Canada. Maybe we'll check out Canada for some of our Canadian listeners. Season outdoors couple hear possible vocalizations while gathering firewood north of Campbell River. Woman awoken from her bed. Just checking out. Now this is just a little synopsis. Class B. Class B. So this must be just hearing maybe, and then that Class A. That's probably the best one that you could get. So 1974. All right. So this is about the time when Patricia was hitting up the subways and partying, and she hated Subway, but she loved her husband. But how the hell did she know halfway across the world, a continent, I guess I should say, there was going to be a Bigfoot going down? Canada, 1974. Far left side of Shawnigan Lake cabins. There's a trailhead there. Nearest town, Shawnigan Lake. Okay, so let's get straight into this. I'm losing it here. When my family lived on Shawnigan Lake, getting that wrong, I'm sure, back in 1972-74, my 3 cousins come over for a visit from Calgary, Alberta. So, the 5 of us girls sneaked out for a walk to have a cigarette. I show them the wooded area that my dad used to take us hunting. As we walked along into the forest, I heard something crashing in the tree line off in a distance. What could it be? We know what it is. Being afraid it might be a bear, I told my cousins to hide and be quiet. One of my cousins started to cry, so we calmed her and just sat quietly. From across a meadow, the crashing got louder and closer. We all watched in the direction of the sounds from behind a big fallen tree, not knowing whether to run or sit still and keep our mouths shut. We tried to see if the bear was close for us to run. Now, I would not advise that. The bear could probably sniff you out too. So if that was a bear and those poor girls were hiding out, not a good situation. But it's okay. So we can probably guess what happens next. But what we seen and smelled will be remembered for the rest of our lives. I feel privileged to have experienced life like us in a different form. When I say form, I mean he looked very tall and hairer than any man I'd ever seen. My cousins remember the foul smell that was in the air. I remember his long arms and legs. He walked with a slight hump, and his arms swayed. My cousin coughed. It had startled him, and it walked back into the woods. We ran home. Also noticed we were so frightened that they took off so fast when they seen it wasn't a bear and was shocked, and we really didn't know what it was until years later. I never seen an animal so tall and with really long arms, but when he stopped and looked like he was smelling the air in our direction because my cousin sneezed and we just ran. Man, that sounds really scary, but not as scary as seeing a bear that could kill you. But just seeing a Bigfoot that runs away, I definitely prefer that. I found this witness to have a credible experience. Okay, so he's followed up there. This is BFRO investigator Cindy Dozen. Okay, so there are some lady investigators here. It's not just dudes at the old BFRO. Cindy, she's got a diploma in animal sciences, working toward veterinary license. Ex-breeder of Rhodesian Ridgebacks dogs. Work in the marine transportation industry. BC Ferries. Supervisor, ship steward. Organized the following. So that was that experience. They saw a damn Bigfoot. Okay, that was a Class A. I guess that's when you see the damn thing. So then we'll go to 2007, and back when Patricia was probably eating at another Subway, having a grand old great time. In the fall, November. Hello guys, I'm writing this to inform you and to kind of hopefully eliminate some other possibilities of some rather embarrassing occurrences on and around our property. When I say embarrassing, it is because I actually do read quite a bit about Sasquatch, as I totally believe that he could live in the vast Pacific Northwest forests. But apparently, I haven't read enough to know when one is possibly skulking around my place. Now you'll know. When the Sasquatch is skulking, you'll know, because he stinks. The incident started about 2 years ago. We had a bonfire and had some friends over. As I was walking with two other friends, we all saw a dark black figure with spiky hair run across the horse field. Not gonna go there. We have also been awakened by, or just heard, what I call the peanut gallery. I call them this because as I am fairly educated in the outdoors in various calls, I can only identify these sounds as some larger animal mocking these calls. Okay. I thought there was like some people hanging out and they were like, the peanut. They were watching, and they were like, you woke up, you heard something. They're watching, eating their peanuts. But he's talking, this person is talking about other sounds. So far, we've heard an owl, a dog, a cat's meow, a monkey, and a weird howl. Okay. Also, I have noticed that my cats and dogs don't like going into the woods behind the house during the fall-winter months. Even though we can't get them inside all summer. Maybe because it's cold as shit and they hate it out there. Also, when I'm out in the woods in the winter, I just can't shake the feeling like I'm being watched. This has only been experienced with odors once. Today, in fact. Oh, shit. So they went and sent this email right off after they smelled that nasty old Bigfoot. It's like my productivity levels drop because I'm constantly looking over my shoulders for something I can't see but know is there. Could be a ghost, could be a Bigfoot. I should explain why I feel that this is legitimate. Please do. We live on attractive land that is surrounded by woods. The plus side to living here is that we have a line of power lines that runs through our property. So you could just say you had power lines there and through most of the island. This is key for wildlife as there is no hunting or anything allowed on this land because it's owned by the CRD as access routes to maintain the lines. Talk about the path of least resistance. Nice. I feel that if we do indeed have these beasts around our place in winter, they're using this map of power lines as a route. Also, these lines happen to smothered with blackberries at their bases. So they're getting some snacks down at the old power line trails because we know about giants and their love of fruit. Also, I live at a farm that takes in sick, injured, unwanted animals. We take care of up to 30 domestic animals at our place and are always seeing new faces showing up. We have a lot of food around here and probably would never notice missing feed. Okay. Greatly appreciate your thoughts. They noticed just weird howls, grunts, and no roars. Thank God. If you hear a Bigfoot roar, you gotta watch out. So, Blaine McMillan, the Beefro investigator, followed up, and he's talking about. So they just kind of. Oh, so he said the figure of 6 feet in height and about 265 pounds. So maybe he was looking in a mirror. It was all black in color, and it moved quickly across a field edge of the light given off by a bonfire. And he saw the damn Bigfoot. So, the connection we're trying to make here, what this is all about, is that the Bigfoots are related to the giants. These are surviving members of the giant clan. They're brothers and sisters, the old giants. Survive to this day in the form of the Bigfoot. And some of them are preserved in the stone. Some of them are at the bottom of the ocean. And some of them are still alive, such as the Bigfoot. Now, we're going to end the stream with some fun videos with our friends at Seeing is Believing. A giant glimpse into our untold past. So, thanks for watching the cool stream. It's been fun. We talked about giants. Got into some weird, gross stuff looking at those fossils, and I'm deeply disturbed by what I saw. And, it got kind of scary. And I'm going to put on some happy music. Next time we'll stick to some more funny stuff, and won't get so scary. Maybe we'll check out the Bigfoot, but you can watch this rest of this video, Seeing is Believing, on YouTube. Check out the Beefro, baby, for Bigfoot stories. Thanks for watching. Cool stream. See you next time.